Goeiedag iedereen. Iedereen is a very hard word to say when you come from New Zealand. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you all for coming down. My name is Thomas Oliver and I had a new record come out yesterday. And I'm going to share some songs. Thank you. Is everybody okay? Are we good? Yeah. Alright, cool. It's so gezellig in here. You'll have to excuse my intermittent injections of poor Dutch. I hope that's okay.
If I move to Mars, will you come with me? If I move to Mars, if I move to Mars, will you come with me? We can find a small spot of land, build a house with our hands, make the walls from imaginary plans, lay the rocky love right across the floor. There'll be no concrete or corners at all, and we won't even need a closing door. There won't be a lady we be paying daily just to stay, maybe, if the neighbors ain't complain, lady. If I move to Mars, if I move to Mars, will you come with me? And we can take a mixer and cables and both my turntables and a couple crates of my best white label and space out to the dark side of the moon. We can bring the cognac that we've been saving for an extraordinary rare occasion, and we can lie in the dirt speaking out of word, looking up at earth, just being one with the universe. If I move to Mars, if I move to Mars, will you come with me? If I move to Mars, if I move to Mars, will you come with me? 'Cause I just want you to be with me too. Yeah, I just want you. Oh, and maybe 80 million Ks to anywhere I want you. If I move to Mars, if I move to Mars, will you come with me? But if I move to Mars, if I move to Mars, will you come with me? But if I move to Mars, will you come with me? But if I move to Mars, will you come with me? Come with me. Will you come with me? But if I move, will you come with me? Will you come with me? Oh.
As well. So I'm on tour in Europe at the moment with my band from New Zealand. It's my first time having my New Zealand band in Europe, which is super exciting for me. And we played last night at Paradiso, and we played. I have a song called Bulgarian Mountains, and there were a lot of Bulgarian people came last night, but we played Bulgarian Mountains second, and they all about 9 Bulgarians I spoke to came after that, and so there are some of them here this evening. So today. So I'm going to play Bulgarian Mountains for the Bulgarian people who missed out last night.
Well, I asked her over a Belgian beer here in Amsterdam. What do you do with your time? I thought I had to speak clearly so that she could understand. But her answer was to face her eyes. And she said, I just quit school. I never liked it anyway. I prefer to be out in the wild. But I like to feel at peace in my surroundings. So I'm going home with the Bulgarian mountains. And she made me feel like I could be free like she seems to be like. And she's going home with the Bulgarian mountains. Uni too, I told her proudly. It never made sense to me neither. Well, I dropped out of music school because I wanted to go play music, and I knew that she understood it. And she said, I wish that I could come and see you play tomorrow night. And I said, I could put you on my guest list. She said, thank you, but sorry, I'm leaving town. And I'm going home to the Bulgarian mountains. And she made me feel like I could be free like she seems to be like. And she's going home with the Bulgarian mountains. When I'd flown for 30 hours across creation and landed in a perfect conversation. Well, I really don't know anything about it, but now I'll always like the Bulgarian mountains. Yeah, I'll always like the Bulgarian mountains. 'Cause she made me feel like I could be free like she seems to be like. She made me feel like I could be free like she seems to be like. She made me feel like I could be free like she seems to be like. She made me feel like I could be free like she seems to be like. She's going home to the Bulgarian mountains. Yeah, she's going home to the Bulgarian mountains.
Thank you. The sister of the girl about whom I wrote that song is sitting at the back there. So, and also my agent in Europe, whose couch I wrote that song on in Utrecht, is sitting here too. So there's a lot of smiling going on at the back, which I had to try to avoid it. I'm going to call a special guest up to join me now. Welcome to the stage, please, Miss Bella Florence. So Bella is my former partner and close friend, and she came to visit in Berlin. I live in Berlin. I'm from New Zealand, but I live in Berlin, and Bella came to visit one day, and I went and met her at the airport, and it was a typically gloomy Berlin day. Not so much the weather, but just the energy of the people, and we hadn't seen each other for a while, and we got on the bus to get back from the airport, and she had a bunch of luggage and stuff, and there were a lot of people on the bus, and we got separated. throughout the course of the journey, to the point that I was down one end of the bus and she was down the other, and everybody on the bus was just grim as fuck, and it was really dark, but we were trying not to look at each other because we were smiling so much, and Bella was really beaming from the other side of the bus, but we also tried to contain it because we didn't want to appear to be showing off our happiness in front of all the Berliners. I like Berlin, by the way. I wrote a song about kind of that moment, and also just the preceding months in which Bella lit up my time in Berlin. It's called You Shine On Me.
I've been missing you lately. I've been caught in the rain. I've been wandering lately beneath the skies of grey. I've been looking for something out of the blue. I've been hoping for sunlight, but it feels like you. And then you fly to me like you rise from the sea, and you're the brightest light that I've ever seen. You light my sky up every night, and you shine on me like morning light, and you find all the colors in the black and white. Yeah, you shine on me. Yeah. When I skate to the station where I wait for my train, I could drown in the ocean of people all the same. Though they're crooked and crazy, weird and wonderful, nobody shines like you, nobody shines like you. Then you fly to me like you rise from the sea, and you're the brightest light that I've ever seen. You light my sky every night, and you shine on me like morning light, and whatever you're doing it right. Yeah, you shine on me. Yeah, you shine on me. You shine on me. You shine for the world to see. And you're the brightest light that I've ever seen. Yeah, you shine on me. Yeah. Then you fly to me like you rise from the sea, and you're the only light that I'm ever gonna need. And you light my sky up every night, and you shine on me like morning light, and you find all the colors in the black and white. Yeah, you shine on me. Yeah, you shine on me. You shine on me. And you shine for the world to see. And you're the brightest light that I've ever seen. Yeah, you shine on me. Yeah.
So chorus, ladies and gentlemen. I wrote down a little list of songs that I might play, but I'm going to have to consult it for a moment. Except I can't remember which note I wrote it on. I'm just going to visualize the back of my new album, and until an appropriate song comes along to play. I've got one. Thanks for being such a wonderfully attentive audience. It's a very nice vibe in here. Everyone's okay though, right? It's very quiet. You're allowed to make noise if you want to. It's totally fine. Cool, I like it. The song was written with a friend of mine in New Zealand. His name's Mitch James. He's a singer-songwriter from New Zealand, and he came to Berlin for a couple of days. And we had an Airbnb, and we wrote a couple of songs. We wrote one song for my next album, this album, and one song for his album. And we kind of laughed because of the two songs, I definitely got the better one. I'm going to play it for you now. It's called Coffee, and we were drinking coffee, and we kind of realised that the love of coffee is the perfect parallel for perfect love, because if you're a coffee drinker and a coffee lover, you want it every morning and you love it every morning, and sometimes you lie in bed and think about the next morning and you eagerly anticipate your coffee, and that feeling remains until the day you die. It never becomes any less, and that's a pretty amazing thing. And I think if you can find a human with whom you can share a similar kind of love, then you've found perfect love, I believe. This one's called Coffee.
You're like a coffee on a Sunday morning. You're all I want. I never get tired of you. 100 Sundays through, I still want you. Feels like we're dancing on top of the water. I feel like I'm floating when I'm with you. And I can't remember a taste that was better, but tell me why I want to. The heart grows fonder, but with you I wonder, could it be the other way around? 'Cause every time I'm with you I have found my love runs stronger. Feels like we're dancing on top of the water. I feel like I'm floating when I'm with you. And I can't remember a taste that was better, but tell me why I want you. 'Cause I've never known better. And every day I fall for you, and I'm never gonna stop. So I'm closer. I show you. I feel I found my heart again, and I swear it's like we're starting over. But I still want you every morning. I still want you every morning. Feels like we're dancing on top of the water. I feel like I'm floating now with you. 'Cause I've never felt better. Every day I fall for you. I'm never gonna stop, so come closer. I'll show you. I feel I found my heart again, and I swear it's like we're starting over.
Thank you. I'm going to do one more song for you. Like I said, I have a new record come out yesterday, which I've been working on for about a year in my studio in Berlin, and I'm obviously very excited to have it out. And we've got this vinyl and CDs here, and I'd love you to buy one, and you can come and see me, and I'd be happy to sign it for you if you would like. And you can also, I think you can, I'm not sure where they are, but I'm sure the people at the counter will know the answer to that. But yeah, a big thank you to Concerto for having us here today. This is a lovely thing to be able to do before we leave the country. And thank you all to you again for coming down. It's been a pleasure to play for you. Just before you go, Yella, I just want to give a little shout out to Yella. This album was released in Europe by V2 Records, which is based in Hilversum. And Yella here with the beanie on has been a wonderful friend and I don't even know, label manager, I guess you call it, in the release of this album. And it's a pleasure to have it released by you. So thank you, Yella. I'm going to play you another song, which it's called Amsterdam Bender. I spend a little bit of time in Amsterdam, as you can see, and there's a bit of a story that goes with this. Am I talking too much? It's okay? You sure? Cool. You are officially the #1 non-native speaking English speakers in the world, so congratulations. So I played at Bitterzoet a while ago, and I had a videographer on tour with me, and there was a beautiful girl dancing in the front. I was just about to go back on stage, and there was a beautiful girl dancing in the front, and I asked my videographer to get a shot of her for the music video, which he did, and but you can't just put people in your music video without asking, because you're essentially using somebody to sell your product. So after the show, I went out to find her so that I could ask if we could use the shot of her, but she was gone. And so I thought, oh, that's a pity. We were in the van the next day, and I was looking at my new likes list on Facebook, and I was like, that's it. And so I messaged her, and I said, hello, I'm Thomas Oliver, and you know, you saw me play last night, and etc. And we had this lovely shot of you, which we'd like to use in the video. And would that be okay? And she messaged back saying, yes, of course, and great show, etc. And so I'm like, cool, I'll send you a contract. And I'm in the van, like, Googling template contracts and putting my letterhead at the top, you know, to try and make it all look official. And we're having a very professional conversation. And I sent her the contract, and she signed it and sent it back eventually. And the shot went in the video, and so we didn't speak again. And then a few months later, I messaged her to say, I'm playing in Amsterdam tonight at a festival, and I've just put your name +1 on the guest list if you'd like to come, but if not, it's no problem. And she said, oh, thank you so much, but I'm working tonight. And I said, cool, no worries. And then a few months later, I was back in Amsterdam, and I messaged her again saying, oh, I'm playing at such and such tonight. I've just put your name on the guest list +1. If you would like to come down, you're most welcome to, but no problem if not. And she said, oh, I'm so sorry, but I'm out in Utrecht tonight working on something. And I said, no problem. And a few months later, I messaged saying, oh, I'm in Amsterdam for ADE. I think I was going to another gig. I was going to a blackout party because I'm friends with a drum and bass group called Black Sun Empire, who are from Holland, and they put on the blackout parties. And I was going to that, and so I invited her to that, and she said, "Oh, thank you so much, but I'm working that night." I said, "No problem." And so Mitch, my lovely manager, and I were in Amsterdam for ADE, and I said to him, "How do you feel about turning up at a girl's work whom I've never met before?" Because on her Facebook page it says works at Cafe Cobalt. So I knew where she worked. So Mitch said, let's do it. So we went to her work, and I said, hello, and I didn't even know if it was the correct way to pronounce her name. I said, hello, is Moya working tonight? And the guy said, no. And I said, okay. So that was that. And then she messaged me the next day saying, I heard you came by, you should let me know next time. And I said, nah, I probably won't. And then the next time I was in Amsterdam, probably a few months after that, I just turned up at Cafe Cobalt, this time in the morning. I'd just come from Berlin on like an overnight bus, and I got in at 9 a.m. or something. and I turned up and opened the door, and there she was standing at the coffee machine by herself with nobody in the bar, and she turned around and said, "I can't believe my eyes." And I said, I can't believe mine either. And then so we hugged, and you know, as in like I'm the guy from the Messages kind of hug, you know. And then she said, "Would you like a coffee?" And I sat down at the bar, and she made me a coffee, and we talked. And I sat there for 3 hours, and as the people started to come in, she became busier and busier, and I said, "Hey, don't worry about me, I'm fine." And she sort of intermittently supplied me with coffee, and we talked, and I felt like I had just known her my whole life. There was no like learning period or anything. It was just like straight to just exactly how you want it to be, you know. And eventually I left, but only because I was like, if I don't, I want her to want more of me, you know. Like 3 hours is a long time to stay, so I left. I pretended I had to be somewhere, you know. And so from that point we started talking some more, and then eventually I came back to Amsterdam to hang out with her, and so we'd only hung out this one time at the bar for 3 hours, and I had a hotel for the night, and she was like, should we meet up, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, just come to my hotel and we can go from there. I didn't even think about that, like, that's not a thing you say to a girl, and that's not a thing a girl should do, is just sort of turn up at a random dude's hotel. But she turned up, and yeah, and we went and got a coffee, and like I said, it was just like I'd known her my whole life. And we proceeded to, within a coffee, we went to some bars, and it turned into, in New Zealand we have a word called bender, which is like basically when you party for a long time. And it turned into a bender for about 3 days, and we basically just partied. We had some sleep at various moments, but we just partied, and it was a really beautiful experience because it was so simple and so easy and so direct. And by the third day, we were like, you know, in tears, telling about troubles of our past, and you know, it was a really amazing experience. And so I wrote a song. I actually was back in New Zealand, and it was her birthday, and I wrote her a song, and recorded it on my phone and sent it to her just as like a happy birthday, and it's called Amsterdam Bender. And actually I liked the song so much that I recorded it and put it on my new album. So I'm going to play it for you now, and lovely Moya is here at the back there, and so this one is for her. Sorry about that, Moya. In the words of Mitch James, the friend of mine I mentioned before, he posted on Instagram, he posted the song yesterday, and he said, "Only Thomas Oliver can make an Amsterdam Bender sound like an angelic experience." So I was touched by that compliment. So this is Amsterdam Bender.
I've never seen the city look this pretty. You seem to light it on fire. The streets are decorated, illuminated, and we're so wasted. And I don't even smoke cigarettes, but yours taste like the edges of your lips. And I'll smoke them all night if you do. But can I stay here forever in this Amsterdam Bender with you? 'Cause I can't feel the rain on my face, and I can feel your pain drifting away. And maybe if we make the same mistakes forever, we will never have to learn. So can my heart stay forever with you in this bender bird? Do you think anyone has noticed that our eyes can't focus on anything whatsoever? But this could get no better. You've been so liquor, and I could stare at you forever. And I don't even like cigarettes. It just tastes like the depth of your breath. And I'm breathing into me if you do too. But can I stay here forever in this Amsterdam bender with you? 'Cause I can't feel the age in my face, and I can see your pain drifting away. And maybe if we make the same mistakes forever, we will never have to learn. 'Cause I can feel cocaine in my face, and I can see your pain drifting away. And maybe if we make the same mistakes forever, we will never have to learn. So can my heart stay forever with you in this bender and burn? Can my heart stay forever with you in this bender and burn?
Dankjewel. Dankjewel. Thank you so much. It's been nice to play for you, and thanks again to Ed and the team at Concerto for having us. And yeah, please feel free to come and buy a record, and feel free to come and have a chat, and I'd love to sign it for you and meet some of you and so on. I think all those songs I played are from the new record, except maybe the first one. But yeah, thank you everyone, and fijne avond of fijne dag. What's the cutoff? What's the cutoff time for saying fijne dag iedereen?